Okay, let me come back with a scarf on my head.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Okay.
Good, good. Okay. Well, this is the consultant call for everybody everywhere. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Long time no see. How you doing? Oh, somebody's got some feedback going on, I think. If everybody could mute theirs until they want to speak, that would be awesome. Once again, this is Nancy Jo Ryan, the consultant call for, let's see, what month is it? It's November. Oh my gosh, we had a director meeting today. I have some fun things to share with you. First off, I'd like to do Tammy Deaver. You had a great month. $3,245 in sales with a new recruit. Congratulations. Great job. You know what? We didn't get a ton of RSVPs for this particular call. So who else would like to share what they did and boast out loud? Be proud out loud.
What we did this month?
Yes. Well, what you did in October? Or if you're happy about something you did already this month, that's great.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, okay. No, skip me. This is Edgar, by the way. I joined late. Sorry, I'm here.
Okay. Hi, Edgar. Glad to hear your voice this time. That's good.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. How about anybody else?
I'm Sarah Adams, and I did my highest month yet in October.
Sarah, tell us what you did.
$1,000.
Nice. Good job.
So I was happy for that.
Good.
And I got the slow cooker carrier.
Nice.
For that. And I appreciate that. And I have a boutique coming up this weekend, so I'm taking it to show.
Nice. Yeah, it's really, really neat. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
We're hoping that they end up putting it in the line in the future, because it's just going to be this 1 month. They're not promising us anything else. So, yeah. And anybody else want to share?
I do. A little brag. I had, before I started November, I had 3, maybe 4 shows on my calendar for December. I now have 10.
For December?
For December.
Oh my gosh.
I have a baby coming. I need to get some shows. December 9th. So I have 4 weeks till the baby comes, and then they're all Facebook and catalog. So
nice. Good job.
And how did you do that?
I used wordage from another consultant. I can post it on the page. And I just green dotted most of them. Actually, 9/10 of them I green dotted while I was on Facebook. And
does everybody know what that means? Rochelle, why don't you tell us what that means?
Green dot is when they're on Facebook and just a chat. And then I just like copied and pasted it, and I critiqued it to, like, if I knew they got engaged or if they had a baby or something like that. I was just said, hey, hey Susie, it's Rochelle with the Pampered Chef, and I just did my blurb. So, and it was a great way. I got 7 bookings out of it.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I have done green dotting too, and I potentially have 2 from that.
Good. Good.
Yeah. I'm looking at my host information checklist, and I have, like I said, I have all those for December, and I have 6 or 8 for November.
Wow, that's fabulous.
So
you're going to rock it.
I hope so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Who else would like to share?
Nancy Jo, I don't know if you can hear me. This is Janet.
Yep, we can hear you.
I had $1,000.75 month in October.
Nice. Good job.
Carrier.
Very good.
So I'm excited about that.
Good. Good. All right.
I got somebody to join us today.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Yay.
Yay! Awesome. Who's
Nice.
that?
Susan got it.
Nice, Susan. Get out of your comfort zone.
God help me. Yes, God is helping me. Thank you.
Yes, he is. So
Your accountability partner is on your butt, isn't she?
Oh, Peter, what a plan.
She's so strict on you, isn't she?
She's just a whip.
Could I share something real quick?
yes.
This is Sarah Adams again. I had nothing for November, and I talked to my recruiter who I signed up under, and we talked about it, and we said, well, let's pray about this. And the next day, I had a $168 order from someone I don't even know,
Wow.
and I had an invitation to go to a holiday boutique this coming weekend.
Nice.
So
Well,
yeah,
does answer prayer. Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I've asked him to rain down recruits on me. And
Yeah.
I did that one time. Gosh, I had 6 in 2.5 weeks. It was crazy. It was just, wow. So
Wonderful feeling.
it is when you know he's answering prayers for sure. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Sarah. Okay. Well, one of the things I wanted to share with you is about a cookie show. Okay. And Tina Dalton shared this idea. It's not a new idea per se, but it is an idea that I think really holds merit for people's schedules today. What she did was she ordered everybody that came to the cookie class a sheet pan, all right? Or she said she likes the ones with it's not the new half sheet pan unless they wanted the larger one, but the regular large sheet pan. And because she likes the sides on it. And she had everybody bring, she ordered the small scoop, all right? She had everybody bring 4 rolls of sugar cookie dough, and then 2 other additional ingredients that she assigned to each person. And then they had to bring a large bowl and a spatula. So what they did was they put their cookie dough in their bowl, and then they added one of their ingredients. I'm sorry, they didn't bring 2 ingredients, they brought just 1. Unless it was like the lemon blueberry cookie, then it was 2 ingredients that they brought, the dried blueberries and a lemon for lemon zest. But they mixed up their cookie, they made all the little balls with the scoop, so they're all exactly the same size, and you put them in the sheet pan, okay? And then everybody goes around and gets 10 of each one, or if there's 8 people, you just divide it up. It makes approximately 120 cookies. So you just divide it up, and everybody goes home with the little balls of cookies all in a row on their sheet pans, so that they can bake. And then they go home and they freeze them, and then they can bake them a couple at a time or 10 at a time, whatever they want. But it's a really nice cookie show, and she said it was just amazing. She said they made some of each kind and tasted. And she said it was amazing how you'd think they'd all taste like sugar cookie, but they don't when they add the other ingredients. You know, somebody would bring cocoa powder to make it chocolate. Somebody else would, another one was raspberry extract and white chocolate chips. So there was a raspberry chocolate chip cookie, all right? She said it was really great. And this year, she did it last year, and this year she's holding 4 classes in December.
Wow.
So highly recommend that. If you want to add something to your schedule, let people know what you're doing. This way they can bake them as they need them instead of letting them, because they do taste different once you've frozen all your cookies, you know, and then just take so many out at a time. Oh,
Are those add-in somewhere?
yes, it's going to be, look at, what are you doing, Tammy?
I just practiced this show, And this is the rum snaps, and this is the coffee toffee crisp.
Okay. Awesome.
And you know what? If you want to.
Oh, we lost you, Tammy. Say it again.
Get a kids show. I did all my dough in gallon bags. Put the cookie dough in there, broke it up, crumbled it, and gallon-sized bags, sealed them up, and then you can knead it because it's easier to knead it by hand than it is to mix it in a bowl.
Okay.
So you could provide like a box of gallon-sized baggies if you wanted to.
Sure.
And the kids would have a blast just kneading it.
Sure.
That's how I did mine. It was easier than doing 4 bowls because if you're doing 4 different recipes.
Sure.
I don't like doing dishes.
There you go. There you go.
I just practiced that show, and it's going to be an awesome thing this holiday season.
Yeah. And I remember doing it at another consultant's house. Gosh, I think there was 22 of us that were there, and we were all consultants, and we were all learning how to do the show. And we had a ball. We had a ball. It was so nice to be able to go to your freezer and just take out 4 cookies instead of having a whole tin there that's, dangerous.
Yeah, I have like 130 cookie balls in my freezer now that I can bake anytime for the holidays, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Rochelle, this is the paperwork we had from our last meeting that we went over. It's part of that training we did.
Okay.
And I know it's on PCTeamtraining.com. And I know Tina said she was going to put the new version. She just updated the paperwork, and she's putting the new version either tonight or tomorrow. I'll remind her. And so in that, remember the password to PC Team Training is Dream17 with a capital D. Okay? Dream17. So that's something I want to encourage you to tell your families that you're going to be taking a few weeks off of work. So you're going to try and work as much as you can the rest of November and December so you can really build up, and then take that time off and just spend your time with family and friends over the holidays. Another great thing to do is lots of people, including me, we decorate the weekend of Thanksgiving, right? Anybody else decorate the weekend of Thanksgiving? Anybody? Okay. Yep. So a lot of people do, and this year Thanksgiving is quite early, as I think it's the 24th or so. So anyway, people are going to be decorated, and they're not going to have people into their home until Christmas Eve, a whole month later. So why don't you suggest to people, why don't you have your girlfriends over? We'll do a wine, cheese, and chocolate, or we'll do a cookie show, or we'll do this or that, or that Tuscan, the recipe we just put out from Free Al Yan. Oh my gosh, it's just phenomenal. The Tuscan spaghetti, and all done in the all-purpose pot. And that one is also on PCT Training. We listed all the ingredients and all the products to use. And you can tease your family and friends by making it for your family and going FaceTime Live and say, let me teach you how to do this, okay? But letting people know I'd love to come and entertain your family and friends before the holidays. You've got everything all decorated up, and nobody's coming over, So just highly recommend saying, let me be your excuse to gather, all right? You can do a wine tasting. Laura Teal said she was doing bourbon and bite. That's another one, another show. She's making, 2 hors d'oeuvres, and the host is having some different bourbons to try, and the guys are coming too. Somebody else said about beer and bites, okay? Trying some of these specialty beers that they have out now. Doesn't have to just be wine. What else are all of you doing? Anybody want to share?
At our team meeting, Arlene showed us how to maybe do a mimosa bar with the new wine tools, the new champagne opener, the cooler, and then what she used was the big wicker tray, and she had all the cups already rimmed, and she used, I think it was caramel and I want to say brown, something sweet. I'm not sure, brown sugar or cinnamon, so that when you drank the mimosa, you got a little sweet taste.
Nice.
But it was nice to use the big square tray to hold all the cups.
Yeah.
It was ready ahead of time.
Yep. I just used it myself. This Friday night, I had my cousins all over for Bunko, and my sisters and cousins. And they had all the great wicker out, and they just were going crazy over it. So, very nice.
That wine opener, every time I go to a couple of networking meetings and people are introducing themselves and what they do, and I always I bring something to show, one of our tools, and I bought the whipped cream maker one day. I sold like 7 of those. The wine maker sold 4 of those.
Wow.
So each week I bring a different tool to introduce.
That's cool, Susan.
It was good. And then something you asked about what we were doing. I think I told Rochelle this, that I went to a luncheon that I go to, and on my way home from the luncheon, did I tell you this, Nancy Jo? On the way home from the luncheon, I stopped into my local furniture store and to see my guy, because I have a guy at the store. It's a small store. And I wanted to share the new catalog with him because I know he's got all the girls in the office. And then while I was there, I don't know how the words came out of my mouth, but I asked him if he wouldn't mind if I came on a Saturday, set up a table, and that we could do a fundraiser for a local something. And I said, I think you'd get more people coming in if they were to support a fundraiser. So now we're doing a fundraiser for the local drama club, the high school drama club.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm going to be there at the furniture store on Saturday afternoon, and they have a little kitchenette where they serve coffee.
Okay.
And that's where I'm going to be, in the cafe.
Nice. What do you plan on doing?
Yeah.
But, well, I did it the first Saturday in November, and I'm going to do it again this first Saturday in December.
Nice. And what did you demonstrate while you were there?
I did chicken fajita and whipped cream. I made whipped cream because I had made some brownies in the brownie pan.
Nice.
And, yeah, so it was good. It was good.
Cool.
Yep.
I just
Say it again.
I was going to say another opportunity to get out there and meet some new people.
I was just going to say that's really what I was looking for, was to meet new people.
Great. Go ahead, Tim.
I just tweaked my new recruit. She had her launch party, and I tweaked the peaches and cream nachos that we talked about last time. I tweaked it and made it a fall recipe, and used the apples and then the cinnamon and the sugar and grilled the apples. I like that a whole lot better than the peach.
Did you?
You have to cook the apples a little longer, but boy, I tell you what, that was the guests were like, "Oh, this is good," so they loved it. So
wow.
yeah, so I'll be making that recipe more often. It's almost like an apple pie on a platter.
Wow. Very nice.
So,
very nice. Well, I hope you guys are also advertising the Rock Crack set, because you can get that whole set for $87.50. Think about that. At 60% off the Rock Crack, the slow cooker, and the carrier, or the warmer, whatever you want to call it. I think it's the carrier. Think about that, $87.50. That's a great price. That's a great price. Anybody that doesn't have a Rock Crack needs to do a show, at least a virtual show or something like that. Okay.
So Nancy Jo, about the Rock Crack and it being on special, I actually did a vendor event on Sunday, and so last month we talked about because we had the hurricanes here and we had no power, and the Rock Crack really saved my meal times because I had no power for 7 days. So at the vendor show, I set up my table in 3 sections. One section was storm survival, is what I called it. But I had the Rock Crack on there, and I had the everyday pot with me, and I put a neon Starburst sticker sign thingy on it, and I said $119, but on sale for $87.50. I'll take that one. It was cheaper. So, and then I had in the center of my table, I had the entertaining stuff. I had the platter, and I made some mini pumpkin muffins, and I made cream cheese buttercream frosting and put it in the easy accent decorator so people could frost the muffin for themselves. And then on the right side of my table, I had the kits. So long story short, because the Rock Crock is on sale, and I do think the Rock Crock is super amazing. This lady said, "So that's $119. So how do I get it for that sale price?" And I said, "Well, you just have to have a get together of your own." And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, I do in-home demonstrations, and I come and I cook, and then I teach everybody a nice, simple, easy recipe, and I can even use the Rock Crock." And so she goes, "Give me a second." And so she walked away. It was a vendor event. She walked away, talked to her mom, and she came back and she said, "Is this Sunday too soon?"
Oh, wow.
So I said, "Oh no," I said, "this Sunday would be perfect." So it's a week from yesterday. So I
Good.
told her when I got home that evening, I would set up her show and I would send her a link. And I said, because anybody across the nation can order towards your show.
Mhm.
And I woke up at like 1 o'clock this morning and I just decided to check my email, and she already has an $87 order on her show.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's gonna happen on Sunday.
That's great. Yes. Everybody knows what they're doing a week from now, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so this is Sarah, and I'm doing one of those boutiques this weekend on Saturday. And I was thinking the same thing, is that I would, I'm going to have some cash and carry. I'm going to have some samples. I'm going to have the Rock Crocks and the slow cooker on display. But also just to say to them that they can order right online, right there. They can have a party, they can go home and get a couple extra guests, or they can order right there at the boutique, because everything's online.
Absolutely. But if they want to get that set, then they have to collect
Yeah.
$200 in outside orders.
And they get a few more friends, but they can also order individually, standing right at my table.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. Good. Good.
For those that are doing vendor events, I found something that's been working for me. I've done two. I have my third one this week. And the people love it. I set up a little side of my table and I put out like our pastry mat and our baker's roller or the kids' rolling pin. I take our cookie cutter sets and some Play-Doh. The kids play at my stand while the parents shop, and the kids don't want to leave. So, but I tell the parents, they can stay here and play, but don't forget to take them home when you leave. Stop back and get your kids. Stop back and get your kids before you go home. But then I've done up little instant kids gifts. I take a little treat bag and I put a small package of Play-Doh, a cookie recipe, and the cookie cutters. And with a little gift tag on it says "to from." And I sold 4 of them yesterday.
Wow.
Great idea. Great idea.
Yeah, but so far that kid thing, I started it last year or spur of the moment at my last vendor event, and boy, I'm going to do that from every year now. It's just the perfect thing. It entertains kids while mom shops, and it's selling those cookie cutters.
Wow.
So just a little thing that I found just from doing the vendor events.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So make up some little instant gift packs for those kids, and they'll fly out the door with the kids.
There
The
you
kids
go.
want, "Mom, I want that."
Yeah.
Mom wants to know, so they buy it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the Rock Crock, if you bought a kit before they were offering the Rock Crock, the kit with the Rock Crock, or if for some reason you don't have it, it's a great month to collect orders and do your own show and get that Rock Crock set for yourself. Absolutely. Great month to do that. Good. Awesome. So, what are you bringing to Thanksgiving? In which items, so you can share one of your favorites with your friends and family?
I'm gonna make the hot and cheesy bruschetta in the Rock Crock and put it in the slow cooker stand on Thanksgiving, because I'm doing Thanksgiving.
Okay, good.
In addition to everything else,
That's what I was laughing at, Janet. Like, we're not cooking. Yeah. What are they not getting that's going to be on Pampered Chef?
That's right. That's right.
Everything we're cooking, you know, the 2 pies, the soup will be in the all-purpose pot, you know. So it's good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Good.
All good.
Is everybody
Just make
cooking
it
for
really
the
nice.
holidays? Who's cooking for the holidays?
Oh, no,
I am.
we're cooking.
Okay, I'm actually
I am.
with my nephew. Are you cooking, Edgar?
I'm working.
You're working. Okay.
Yep. Mickey Mouse doesn't go to sleep.
Nope, he doesn't. He certainly doesn't.
I just made a nice minestrone in my all-purpose pot and posted the pictures up online.
Oh, did you? On
Yeah.
Nancy Joe's personal page?
No, I put it on my page. I did.
Okay, put him on my page too.
Okay, it's a lot of pictures.
That's all right.
I haven't made a video yet, so I'll take pictures as I'm preparing,
Okay.
and then I put them all up like an album.
Okay.
I
Nice.
made a lot more soup than I thought it was going to, but you put a big box of spinach in it, and that pot was perfect for it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that pot. It's my go-to pot. I was telling Susan, it's like since it's come out, it's my new favorite over the family skillet. I mean, I use that for everything. And
It was my first time making minestrone, and it was fabulous.
yeah, good. Well, and you can freeze that. So if it
Oh, we
makes
just ate it.
oh, you just eat it? Okay.
We just ate it. Don't forget it. I'm making butternut squash and pumpkin tomorrow.
Yeah, my sister just made one. I'll have to put up the recipe.
Yeah.
It had apple cider vinegar in it. It had apples in it. It had pumpkin in it. It had the butternut squash. It had honey in it. It was so good. It
That's
was
what I'm making tomorrow.
crazy good. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. Okay. So, it's really, really important that you guys get your November and December booked before you get January booked, right? Because don't just go to what the January special is. Make sure you get so you have a paycheck in December and January at the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who is making some extra calls right now? Customer care calls, 2x2. Okay, does everybody know that 2x2x2 system?
I'm doing it.
I
Okay.
did it. That's right.
I don't know
Michelle knows. I did it.
Yep. Susan, I did it too.
She's on me, Nancy Joe. She's on me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Told you I'm not going to be a softie.
Jeez.
Can you please explain that? I don't know that.
Sure.
Call Rochelle.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Susan. Thanks.
There you go. It's within 2 days of the show. You want to contact. Well, first of all, at your show, you're going to want to make sure that everybody puts your phone number into their phone. Say we're going to do a little game. Everybody, take out your phone. I want you to go to contacts. I want you to put Pampered Chef in. So if you ever have any questions or you need our number, I want to make sure it's in your phone, because we all know that we don't answer any numbers that we don't recognize, right? So then you have them put Pampered Chef in the first name, Nancy Joe in the second name, and then you give them your number and say, here comes the game card. Whoever connects and gets through first gets a prize, okay? So most people will do that. And then you'll say, and while you have your phones out, go to Facebook and see if any of your friends or family need anything from Pampered Chef Party. Let them know you're at a party. The first one that brings in an order gets another gift, okay? And you can do, any of the small things, the retired season's best, a pan scraper, anything like that, all right? It's more about the packaging than it even is what's inside, okay? And then what you're going to tell people is the sale doesn't end tonight, you guys. I want to give you customer service, give you tips and ideas on anything you bought. And of course, I can't have a personal conversation with each one of you tonight. We'd be here all night. So make sure you answer my call, because I'm going to give you tips and ideas and features and benefits on the products you purchase. So within 2 days of the show, you text them and say, hi, thank you for coming to the show. Here's the recipe that we used. I'm sure you're excited about getting your new products. I'll keep watch on when they come, and I'll call you with a recipe for the products that you purchased when you receive them, okay? And then the second phone call, that's 2 days. The second phone call is about 2 weeks after the order ships, and you can keep track of it, you know, through the Pampered Chef tracking system. And about 2 weeks after, that way lets the host get everything to everybody if you're not on direct ship. And then you call and say, hey, this is Nancy Joe. I wanted to give you some tips and ideas for the products that you purchased, and I have a recipe to send you. Give me a call back. All right. And then 2 months later, you can make sure those products are on the box, see if there's anything. You can have a special at any time. If you need more sales that month, or you need more, you know, more bookings, you can have a special on any product you want. Another good idea is to have everybody turn over their guest drawing slip and say, if money wasn't an option, what 5 things would you pick out of our catalog? Okay. And this is a contest. The first one that has all 5 things written down, hold up your paper. Okay. And then when you collect those papers, you're going to know what they're interested in. You know, you can have a special on any product you want if you want to give an extra discount on it. So feel free to do that. If you need some extra bookings, you can call people and say, you know, the manual food processor is on special. I am going to pay $20 towards your half price item, you know, or whatever you want to do, get that booking. All right. It's a great way to add things to your calendar, and based on what they say that they want themselves. All right.
May I add something? Another consultant told me, and I've used it, which has been good, is a Sunday night follow-up call. Mm-hmm. After the party, and after you know that the people have received their products, to call them on Sunday night.
Yeah.
It seems that you can reach them more often, and that has worked for me.
Yeah.
And I've talked to more people on a Sunday evening about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
While they're, you know, getting ready for the next week, and found that people are receptive to maybe having, you know, another party, or they just want to talk about their products. And you follow up and just tell them that you wanted to find out if they were happy. Mm-hmm. And it works really good.
Yes, it does, for sure. Another thing you can do is you can ask people, when is the best time to reach you, and at what number? And then that way you can make a note on their sales order form or on their guest survey slip. A lot of times it's easier to get a hold of them during the day. And I always tell people, I make my calls, what is a good time to get a hold of you during the day? Because I work in the evenings and on weekends. Now, they don't know that I'm not working every weekend or every weeknight or every weekend, but I want a daytime number so I can do my business during the day. And for those of you that are working full time, you can call people and make some of these calls on your way to work. You can program the numbers inside your phone, so you can just make some calls on the way to work, or during lunch hour, or on the way home. Or if you're waiting for kids with sports, things like that. It's a great time to utilize that time instead of wasting it. Okay.
Thank you for sending the notepad, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you?
For the small mini catalog.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great. I'm going to use that this week.
Good. You are welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, I sent that out to the people who were doing the 6 weeks to success. So I wanted to just give you a little encouragement. So anybody else want to share anything before we get done?
The 30 days, the 30-day thing that we did with Pampered Chef was really good too.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, it really was.
Okay, tell us about that, Susan. What did they do?
They were worse than Rochelle, first of all.
Ah!
Hey. Tammy? I
No,
hear you giggle.
It was very good. It was a very fast paced overview of like boom, 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 but it really made me sit down and do the work.
Really?
We all know what to do, but you need knowing what to do and doing what you need to do. That's so. But it all look at the face over there. But it also
Was that an online training?
it
It's a pilot.
It was a pilot from
It was a pilot.
and
And it's a
Michelle
30 days.
and it covered everything. Like I said, it was very fast paced, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to go back and revisit it. And I saw where my weaknesses were that needed attention. So it was.
Where did it come from?
From Pampered Chef.
It was a home office pilot.
It's a home office pilot that's online.
Yeah. No, it's not online.
Not yet.
Not online, no. It was invitation only.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I think we were the guinea pigs, if you will, but I think it was very well received because the information they gave you was beyond basic. It wasn't basic training. They expected you to have a certain level of knowledge and expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they wanted you to give you the little shove, go through the door. Don't be standing in the doorway.
Yeah, there you go. So tell me about the shop. Tell me about what made you go through the door. What did they do differently, Susan?
What did they do differently? It was very encouraging, the program. Like I said, it wasn't for the very beginner. And it was, it emphasized to me my strengths, things I already do have, and things I needed to improve on. So what I need to improve on, I know mostly is host coaching. So it's going to make me go back to PCU and work on that. And I've already seen better success with my hosts from the host coaching, and I did do my customer care calls.
Good.
I will tell you.
Yes, you did.
And nobody hung up on me, and nobody didn't want to take my call. They were all very happy to hear from me.
Good. They are. I mean, think about when your dentist calls, when your doctor. I'm so thankful they call and remind me about my appointment. It means they care about me. I'm not just another number in their book.
Right. And that's why I asked my friend today, who lost her job. She's taken a part-time job at a local coffee shop, just 3 days a week, and I offered this to her today because I know it's something that she's very capable of doing. Whether it's the right time in her life to do it or not, I'm not sure. But when I got home, she asked me how much the kits were, so it made me. She was thinking about it. So that's a good thing. So at least I offered, because there was a day that I would have prejudged her. And I would not.
I think the pilot is taking effect in Susan.
I had a wonderful conversation with my orthodontist office this morning.
Good.
As I went to my orthodontist, I took some catalogs in and I wanted to pass them out to the ladies and ask if I could put them in, their magazine racks. And 4 or 5 of them were looking at the catalogs as I was still standing there. So I went to the car and got some more and brought them back for the ladies in the office. And they were very, very interested. I don't know if I'll hear from them, but they were all looking at the catalogs.
It's all in the follow-up.
I was going to say, and now you've got a reason to go back.
Follow-up.
Right. And the other thing is, someone told me, maybe my other consultant friend was, every time you go to the hairdresser, every time you go to the orthodontist, your dentist, I took some catalogs to the dentist. rather than a business card, I take the catalog
Yeah.
and I have a sticker on it that has all my contact information, and it seems to be working pretty well.
That's a good thing.
Sarah, can I suggest something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself to give out 10 minis every week and take a post-it note.
And I don't have those minis yet, but I need to
Okay.
get them.
Get the minis, make a post-it note with their contact info, because I'm doing this too. I was challenged by one of my consultant friends, and God, she's worse than I am, Susan.
These challenges are hard for me, ladies.
Yep, get out of your comfort zone. Welcome to my world.
Okay.
But get their information, get their contact, their
Yeah.
email, all that info, and get out of your comfort zone. And there's 10 new contacts every week.
Yep. I
Store,
understand.
the grocery store, the post office, the bank, everybody. Get out of your
I'm
comfort
just
zone.
starting this thing about reaching out to these people who are my contacts in all of my life places.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were very receptive. So it was a great thing.
Don't prejudge. Don't.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. You know, there's everybody out there. And when I took them to my dentist's office, they said, "Oh my gosh, everybody loves Pampered Chef."
Right.
So
And I did a show 2 years ago in a quilt shop, and it's time for me to go back and do it again. But you got to think of different places, because you got to try. And if I did it at the quilt shop, she's inviting everybody's new. I don't know any of them people, and it's good to be in front of new people.
And what the orthodontist office said was, there was a lady there who said, "Oh my gosh, I had a party 20 years ago."
Yeah.
And when they first came out, and it was so popular, I got $400 worth of products, and I still have them today.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you know what? The company has reinvented a little bit, and there's a lot of new products now, and all of the younger folks in the office were going through the catalog while we spoke.
Absolutely.
So,
Did you
I
bother?
think it's time to say that Pampered Chef has reinvented now.
Did you
And
bother?
a lot of new products that weren't there 20 years ago.
Right. Have you
But
been
it's
to a
still
shop
as
party
good
lately?
because I'm still using the products I bought 20 years ago.
Yeah. And just say that's why I love representing this line. It's a product line that lasts, as
Yeah.
well as
Exactly.
it's always the hottest, newest products that are out there that work. So
Yeah.
invite your friends over. I'd love to come and get you some more new things for your kitchen.
hmm I'm hoping to hear back from them. We'll see.
Good.
But it was a great marketing time.
Follow up tomorrow. There's your challenge.
Yeah,
Follow
there
up
you go.
tomorrow.
Follow 'em up.
Don't forget your bank too. Your bank has a nice group of people, or even any bank. You can walk into any bank and bring, can make a pan of brownies and bring some things in,
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Every service person that delivers to your hairdresser, your mailman, your everyone.
Yeah. It was funny, in the days when we used to receive the consultant news in the mailbox,
Yep.
my mail person would look for my name every month on the back of that catalog and say, "Oh my gosh, you did so good this month." It was crazy. In fact, when they stopped doing the consultant news, she says, "I don't get to read about this anymore. What the heck?" Yeah. So that's good.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Me too.
I
know.
missed that coming in the mail.
Me too.
I agree.
Maybe it's time to go back to the old way of doing things.
You know what? They really surveyed who really actually read it, and they did a whole bunch of, and there was only about, I think, around 15% of the company that was actually reading
Well,
it.
that's too bad.
I know.
It was a very
we're old
expensive
people.
publication.
I
And
read through that every month.
yeah.
We don't do the online so much, but I'm old and I like those catalogs and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Larry, you're not old. Tell her.
Yeah.
No, I like to read it.
Yeah.
Old school.
You're not old.
Okay, very good. You're only
Hey, Nancy Joe, what
Yeah.
happened at the directors meeting, you said?
Yep, we talked about some different ways of contacting all of you. Hold on one second. And working with our people, using some new tools that the Pampered Chef has given us for coaching. We talked about the different shows that people are doing, which, you know, I shared you the big one was the cookie show. And, you know, just having people over for the classes. Classes are sold out across the country. People are spending anywhere from $50 to $125 for a class, and you can have a class anytime. You know.
What are the most popular classes?
Well, there's the, of course, the cookie show. There's the one-pot meals. There is the Cool and Serve salad bar. The
walking taco.
Walking taco is another one.
I did that at a party, and it went real well.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
What is the walking taco?
It was
It's an old Girl
I
Scout
guess
trip.
I can look it up online, but you know,
we actually go to PC.
I'm an older person.
Yeah, go to PC teamtraining.com. It's all on there with all pictures, and download the whole sheet that we made on it.
All right.
You know, remember PC team training is a lot of the hands-on stuff that everyone out in the field is using. Isn't necessarily, you know, the same. It's not the same stuff as Pampered Chef, what they have. So, of course, it's Pampered Chef products, but go to there's
So PC team training is where
yes, that's where it's at.
Okay.
Well, our time is almost up, everybody. I want to thank you for coming and spending this hour with us. And I apologize at the very beginning that I was a few minutes late. I had moved my computer and it shut down and it didn't want to wake back up. Okay. So anyway, but I thank you for your time. I wish you all a very blessed. Hi. Who's sticking their tongue out at me? That's funny. That's my granddaughter would do that, little Juliana. So I get to see my kids. They're coming in. My son is in the Navy. They're coming in on Tuesday for a week and staying with me. So that'll be an exciting time. And by the way, I went to Mayo Clinic on Thursday and got an all clear. Everything is perfect.
Yay! Awesome! Yay!
Very thankful.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations!
Yeah. Murmur's gone. Everything's good.
Are you all done with your treatment?
No, I have PT until mid-December, and or cardiac rehab. It's not PT. It's cardiac rehab. Yeah. But yeah, I'm all done with Mayo. So
great.
hopefully
Great.
we won't ever see you again.
Great news.
Bring them the catalog.
There you go. I did make a couple of really great contacts, I have to say. But
share with us those Mayo contacts, would you?
Yeah. There you go. A couple of the nurses,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nurses are a great contact because a lot of times they don't have a chance to get to the parties, but everybody is always ordering. They always have the books in the room for all different parties. So if you know nurses, they're great party givers. Okay.
It's funny that you say that because I'm packing my hospital bag and there's Pampered Chef catalogs in that hospital bag.
That's right.
Yeah, and I just took him to my dentist and my other doctors today too. So
yeah. Well, people are buying for Christmas, and Homemade is super hot this year. That's the trend for this year. It's not about the big gifts that are expensive. It's about the time you put into them. Think about the bun pan. You could do another class you could do is the bun cake pan or the mini pot pies, you know, the small pot pies.
I just made pumpkin bread in the mini bundt pan, and it's beautiful and wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I just, for my weekend, I had friends over the weekend, and I made a chocolate cherry bars in the bar pan, and they went nuts for. I had 5 different people ask me for the recipe, and it's so easy. It's a large can of cherry pie filling. It's a Devil's Food chocolate cake mix, 2 eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla is the base. It's cooked about 30 minutes at 350. And then it's like the Texas sheet cake frosting with the 5 tablespoons of butter, melted, 1/3 of a cup of milk, and I want to say it's a cup of sugar. I'll post it. And then you melt that in a saucepan and you boil it for 1 minute. You have to stand there and stir, okay? And then you add the cup of chocolate chips in there. I mean, you know what? I think it's a 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I'll put it online. And they are so delicious. It is just so good. And you only need a small piece, and I served it with a scoop of ice cream, and
Wow.
people were like, oh my gosh. And the one guy his wife said, John barely likes chocolate. And he said, you got to get that recipe for her. So within 12 hours, she had the recipe and was making it. So it was good. But
I know we're out of time, but I want to mention too, I was at Macy's buying something else, and one of their associates was telling me about making cakes in the rice cooker.
yes.
Yes.
And I'd never heard of that.
Yeah.
And she makes them all the time and makes cakes in the rice cooker. And she said you put the cake mix in the bottom, and then you put the icing on the top, and you put it in there, and it all melts together, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
That was the original lava cake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Who would know?
Yeah.
And I learned that from an associate in Macy's.
Should tell her she should join you.
I know, I did. I told her, I said, come help me do this.
That's right. Good. All right. Be blessed, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you
Happy
to you.
Thanksgiving.
Enjoy your family.
Yes, I will. I'm really
Have a
excited.
wonderful time, everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Talk to you
All right.
soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.